this is Jason from Duoqueue, and I'm here with Travis Gafford. How are you today?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
So, you've been in Australia for the last couple of days. How have you found it in Australia so far?
I really enjoy it. I spent about a week in Sydney and found it to be very similar to San Diego, which is where I'm actually originally from in Southern California. So like the Australian San Diego, I guess. Had a fan meet there, really enjoyed meeting all sorts of people that were able to come out, and it's just neat to meet the Oceanic League of Legends community. So it's been fantastic, and Pax Australia seems really awesome as well.
Awesome. So, coming to Australia from where you're normally based in North America,
Yeah.
what are some of the interesting rumors or stories that you've heard from your co-workers about Australia that may not be quite correct?
Well, there's like the drop bear thing, which is totally true, and everyone should totally believe it. But that was interesting. I don't know. It's very funny because I think in America or whatever, we just have this idea of. I think people picture what I now know as the Gold Coast as being like everywhere in Australia. Like you just think of like these long stretches of beach or whatever. And I did go to Bondi Beach, which was very beautiful. But Sydney and Melbourne are very close but very different from each other. And I just am starting to realize like I think Americans don't have a very good understanding of just how huge Australia is and how different everywhere is in it.
Awesome. So,
We almost got photobombed by people, but your camera operator was so good at telling him to like not do that. That's what happened. We were very distracted. For anybody who was confused.
definitely. Kudos to you, Jason,
Yeah.
the other Jason.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, you've been here for about a week or so. What are some interesting sayings or slang words that you've heard Australians use? Keep in mind that we might want to keep this at
PG,
least
yeah.
M-rated.
Okay, M-rated. No, it's very funny because I did not know. There's so many things that you guys say, and it's so funny because you guys I've traveled a lot for work, and I've never been anywhere before where people are so, I don't know, you guys like to shorten your words a lot. Breakfast becomes brekkie. Like, I don't even know how you get arvo from afternoon. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. There's no even, like, V in it, and I'm like, I don't think you can, it's just very confusing. But it's really cool. Like, everybody here, I actually really like the Australian accent. And so, I don't know, it's very funny. I'm constantly asking people, like, oh, what does that mean, or what does this mean, or whatever. And especially because sometimes people will talk really quickly, and I feel like I'm, like, mishearing a word, and then it turns out it's a word I've never heard before. So it's just been very funny, but I really like it.
Yeah, in Australia we tend not to like to use more than 2 syllables for any particular word.
Yeah, that's what I can tell. It's just like, oh, wow, this has, like, 4 syllables. Okay, now it has 2. Done.
Excellent. So you've been a part of, you've observed a lot of different League of Legends communities all throughout the world. It's great as a part of your job. So seeing Australia's League of Legends community this week and weekend, how does that compare to, say, something like North America a couple of years ago or Europe a couple of years ago? Are we sort of like them but a couple of years back, or is there something unique about our culture?
Yeah, no, that I was exactly about to say that, is that I feel as though the League of Legends scene here is very reminiscent of what it was like for me covering Season 2 League of Legends. I mean, even like this PAX event and the stage and everything has a very like IPL feel to it, which is great. Like, I actually really enjoy that. Some people might feel as though I'm like trying to insult the scene or something by being like, oh yeah, you got serious behind it. It's not that at all. I actually feel like, from what I can tell, especially talking to the pro players and personalities and people that are working in the scene, it's actually growing at a pretty great rate. I've got really high hopes for Oceania and also a lot of the other regions in up-and-coming regions next year, because I feel like you guys are starting to really get there. Like, hopefully next year we see some of the changes that we saw in, we're at late Season 2, early Season 3, that kind of thing, in terms of player commitment and just like the community. I mean, it was so cool to see. I watched the Chiefs vs. Legacy earlier, and the community was just like very much there. Everybody watching, people standing up. Felt really good to see, so I really like it. And I will say that the other funny thing about it is that it's not just like the appearances on the outside and like the public-facing side of the esports stuff that is very much like 2 years ago. Talking to the pro players, talking to the personalities, like it's kind of just reminds me of like how sort of different it is in North America now, like the way people behave and like how like kind of like PR people are, because you guys are a little bit more crazy, and that's how we used to be too. So it's been really fun. Yeah.
Awesome. So we're definitely a little bit more laid back than America.
Yeah, I don't think that you guys. It's because you guys don't have like American Express and like Coke and like organizations doing like PR training and all that kind of stuff yet. And I think that you have some of the up and coming players that are a little bit younger than maybe some of our more mature players or whatever. So yeah, I think people are a little bit more laid back and maybe a little bit more like rambunctious than the North American scene. It's fun to see. I really like it.
Awesome. So when you announced on Twitter that you were coming over to Australia, you got a lot of retweets, a lot of favorites. But, however, a little bit earlier this week, someone else took the limelight, kind of stole your thunder.
Oh, yeah.
David Freak Turley, he tweeted that he was in Australia, and then all of a sudden, everyone was going on about him being in Australia, and you kind of just fell under the radar. How do you feel about Freak taking your thunder?
What a horrible person. I'm calling him out right now. Actually, sick right now, and it's because I made him sick, because I'm hoping that he will just not be able to show up tomorrow and I'll be able to steal all of it. No, actually, whenever I was covering Worlds, I actually found out from Freak that he was going to be able to make it out to Australia for this PAX, and I was actually really excited to hear it. I mean, one of the reasons I came to PAX and also to Sydney for like this vacation was that I really wanted a chance to interact with the Oceanic community and the Australian fans and get to know the people that are down here, because I feel as though this is a community that is very active, very passionate, and yet just never has seen really. I think Odd One might be the only person prior to this event that has come down from the West. Apologies if I'm forgetting anybody, but I really want to see more of the Western community come down here and sort of interact with the fans and be able to even not just events but also the ecosystem, because I think there's a lot of really good discussions that I've had with people behind the scenes here too, and I think hopefully Freak is able to do a lot of that stuff too with the Riot eSports guys that are here and also the casters, so that I don't know, it's just kind of nice to share information, sort of see what's going on over here, and they can sort of learn what it's like behind the scenes for us. So really happy to see Freak here. Even if he did steal my limelight a little bit, it's not the reason I came here. And really, really fun to see. Hopefully more and more stuff comes down here. I'd love to see an international event in Australia. Hopefully that'll happen.
Awesome. So what's the responses from the fans and the local community been like for you?
It's been great. People have been really, really nice to me, really polite. Like, it's super, I feel it is a really good feeling for me anytime I go to one of these events and somebody comes up and says anything nice. If they say that they like my interviews, if they say like they started watching stuff during State League or whatever, that kind of stuff. I would not do well in a career where I am a person. There are a lot of people who like this type of job, right? Where they're like in an office working with numbers. They're really into that. But I do very well in a career where I feel as though I'm making an impact, at least with just even a couple people. And the Oceanic community has been so nice to me and has made me feel so welcome and have said so many nice things that, again, like really reaffirm what I do for me. And it makes me feel, after Worlds, there's a little bit of a, oh God, that was exhausting. But this kind of stuff recharges me. So really excited to get back home soon and start planning out for next season.
If only YouTube was a bit like the community, eh?
Yeah, exactly, right? Those comments are a little bit different than the comments I get here.
Awesome. So how annoyed do you get when people ask you about Doublelift?
It's not that bad. I understand why. It is very funny, though, because I think the first question I always get here is, like, how are you enjoying Australia? And the second question is Doublelift here, or why didn't Doublelift come, or what is Doublelift doing, or where is Doublelift? I don't mind it at all. Peter is a very good friend of mine, and I know that people are very excited about him as a player and want to meet him. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to make it down here because he had a very narrow window after Worlds to have a little bit of vacation, because everyone knows that CLG's got to figure out what their plan is for next year. He decided to take that to go see his girlfriend, Gosu, in Canada. Completely understandable, but hopefully the next time I come down here, he'll be able to make it as well.
So, wait, you said girlfriend and Gosu?
Yeah, of course. There's an interview on my channel, youtube.com/StateOfLeague. People can see Doublelift with Gosu, his girlfriend. Everybody can see, those two. They're a beautiful couple, really happy for the two of them. Hope that they, you know, maybe one day I can be his best man at his wedding.
So Gosu is actually grilled.
I mean, it's on YouTube. Just go watch the interview. Everybody can see.
Wow, Reddit,
Yeah.
you were right for once,
Exactly.
somehow.
Exactly. People now know.
Awesome, excellent. So, do you have any shout-outs you'd like to make?
Sure, yeah. If, for people who are interested in seeing more of my work or whatever, I post pretty much everything I do to my Twitter, which is twitter.com/SOTLTravis. For people that do not, you know, have Twitter or whatever, there's also like Facebook. People can look me up there. And then all of my content for work and everything is at ongamers.com. People can check that out there as well. And thank you so much to the Australian and Oceanic community for being so gracious and polite and nice to me throughout this whole trip. Thank you for the interview, and yeah, thanks so much, guys.
Awesome. Thank you very much. So, to find out more about Travis, check out the description below. We'll have everything linked there. And this has been GrandJason from Duoqueue. For more Oceanic League of Legends news and coverage, please check out our site at duoqueue.net.au. And thanks for watching, guys. Hey guys, hope you guys enjoyed that interview with Travis. We've also done an interview with Freak, who is here at Pax Australia 2014. So if you want to hear about what he has to say about the Oceanic community, then please check out the video on my left here.
Being excited about it. The weirdest thing is I would go to the bathroom between games. Someone would ask me for